Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. So I went out to the letterbox yesterday for the first time in about 6 weeks and opened a few letters, and it turns out I've been driving with a suspended license for a month. And I can tell you right now, in that month, I haven't been following many road rules. So at any time in that fucking month, I could have been pulled over and fined $2,500 and a trip to court. And the fucking reason I had a suspended license was because I fucking didn't vote in the federal election. So you get a fine, I think it was like $80, and they were like, you've got to pay this fine. And every time I opened that mail, I was like, fuck you. I'm not being complicit in this bullshit, and you can suck my dick for that $80. You know, like a responsible citizen. And they kept on sending fines, and it kept on going up. And my reaction remained the same. I'm like, you can suck my nuts for that $160. And then they take your license away from you, and they're like, you can suck my nuts for that $160, which I gladly did. Not happily, but I'm willing to fucking pay a little bit extra not to vote, not to be complicit in any of this bullshit. So fucking when this place finally fucking turns to shit, like real shit, I'll be like, I had nothing to do with it. And people will be like, well, you never voted. You're part of the problem. I'm like, am I? Is voting Liberal or Labor really a fucking choice? Oh, you could have voted Greens. They're fucking idiots too. Every single policy these fucking governments come out with is just making the problem worse. There's no good guys in there. There's people trying to do good things that don't understand what they're doing is also inflationary and detrimental to everyone. So I can't be blamed for anything that happens. Like, they force voting on you as well here. Like, from school, they fucking make it sound like it's the most important thing you can do. Fuck you. The whole time I've been alive, I haven't seen one politician from either party do anything like positive. It's all been a fucking absolute shit show from fucking beginning to end. So I'm happy just to take the $80 hit once every 4 years, or whenever fucking cunts vote. State election as well. I don't even know who the fuck is in power here. All I know is no one's doing a good job. So fucking whatever. So I paid my $160, I paid my dues, and I don't even know if I have my license back yet. They said don't start driving again until we contact you, but, you know, the kids have to fucking be taken to places, don't they? I need to get down to JITS today, don't I? Yes, I do. Back again. Second day at JITS, feeling a little bit better, feeling a little bit more confident. I tell you what, it's the best thing exercise-wise and maybe mental health-wise that I do. Like, I feel jacked now, like just fucking endorphins flowing. It's like I push out whatever foggy cloud shit was in me each time I go there, and it's just a clearing. I need to fight. I feel like I need to fight every day. It clears out, I don't know, anger maybe, but I need to be choked or doing some choking or something every day or every other day. So I go down to JITS today and I fucking do the drills with the black belt. This guy, he's a real good guy. And he's the guy I did the first roll with in the sparring. And he knew about my rib. He was there when I fucking popped it. And so we just took it easy. For about half of it, we took it easy, and then it just ramped up, and then he fucking got me in 2 heel hooks that almost broke my foot off. I was like, whoa. I screamed. Instead of tapping, I was like, stop. Please stop. That's how you do it. So yeah, he got me twice, but it was a good roll. I was fucking gassed at the end of it. Then I went on to another guy. He was just like the last guy on the mat who didn't have a partner. And he was a blue belt, 2 stripes, Asian dude. And I'm like, these Asians, they're fucking slippery. They're slippery. They're technicians, the Asians. They know their techniques. They know their angles. They're engineers. They're mathematicians. But what I've noticed is when you begin playing outside the rules with the Asian dudes, they don't know what the fuck's going on. And the good thing is I don't know any of the rules. My stupidity bamboozles them. So I got this guy and we're wrestling and he's trying to do all these things to me and I'm like fucking defending them all. And I notice that he's gassing a little bit and I'm like, I'm not too bad today. This is round 2, but I'm not gassing. And I'm like, all right, let's just fucking put the pressure on. And so I start fucking really fucking ramping it up and he's like panicking a little bit and I've got him like my forearm across his throat, but I'm on the side and I'm holding onto his collar. And then something happens and I end up on top of him with my throat like directly over his windpipe. And I get my hand under, grab my sleeve and just fucking squeeze and tap him out in like a minute and a half. And he's good. So I tapped out a 2-stripe blue belt on my second session back. So I was fucking stoked about that. Fucking stoked. I tell you that right now. I was real fucking happy about that. So after that, I fucking moved on to a guy that was like my fucking wrestling partner for like months. And we used to have some good wrestles, but I used to like more or less dominate him. And we had a little chat before we started wrestling. And I was like, have you been training much? He's like, yeah, I've been training a lot. And he's like, how long has it been since you've been here? I'm like, 5 months. And he's like, well, if you dominate me today, then I'm probably just going to quit. Like, what's the fucking point? And we start wrestling. And it wasn't a complete domination, but I was never under any threat at all for 1 second. But also, I didn't tap him right at the end. I fucking had him. If we had like 10 more seconds, he would have tapped just from fucking strangling him. So I'm just fucking happy to be back in action. It feels so good getting the body moving, using some strength. I'm not using that much strength anymore. It's just technique. I mean, if I need to muscle up a little bit, it's in the bag, but you know, it's technique time. I don't want to be fucking exerting all my force and then twist and pop my fucking rib again. So very happy to be back at jiu-jitsu. Very happy to have my license back, even though I didn't know about it. Very happy to have Andrew Roberts coming down to Lazy Bones Comedy Club this Wednesday. He's confirmed it. He said, yes, I'm coming. So if you're in the Sydney region and you want to see Bogan Jesus do his first stand-up fucking show in, I don't know, 4 years since World War III or his personal World War III, then get down to Lazy Bones Comedy Club this coming Wednesday. So that'll do. Oh, actually, one more thing. I'm going to this weekend. I'm finally going to do the Bitcoin 101 on the Patreon because you degennies are starting to froth Bitcoin a bit and you're asking me the same fucking questions. So I'm going to do the vid and point you in the right direction. It's good to see you cunts finally turning on to Bitcoin because at least you're going to get something out of this podcast. Like you're sitting here, you're listening to it. You're like, I've been listening to this podcast for 5 years. I haven't stopped drinking at all, but I got some biddy in the bag and I'm looking forward to retirement. At least you'll get something out of it. And once you understand the philosophy of Bitcoin, you'll probably quit drinking anyway. All right, that'll do for today and I'll see you the fuck later.